30-plus territory. The drive stalls out, but still able to get 3 out of that.
Yeah, we were able to see an offense and a defense kind of mix and match with each other, didn't we? Both of them trying to make sure that they have the upper hand and the advantage. Offense trying to get to the end zone. Defense, of course, trying to hold them to a field goal attempt. And it wasn't a guaranteed lock 3 from where they started. So, the offense has to be happy to come away with those 3 points.
So we come upon halftime in what's a 12-point game at the break. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. Next, we head off to check out another game. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Next, a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Falcons. And it's been the passing game that's been the story. They have feasted on this secondary to the tune of 200-plus yards already through 2 quarters. Meanwhile, for the Giants, they weren't quite as successful throwing the ball as their counterparts were, but they still were able to move the ball reasonably well in that first half.
All right, Coach, thank you very much as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. Second half ready to get rolling. The Giants with a lead, and they are set to receive this kick. And he will not bring it out. It's a touchback. So now the Giants set to take over on offense. They were losers to Philadelphia a week ago. Now they find themselves in the lead as they start this drive. On 1st and 10, it's Lawrence working the middle here. That's complete to Knox, the tight end. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a second and about a foot.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
A good gain on first has him set up with second and just a couple of inches now from the 29. They'll run a toss here with Dillon. Only a gain of a yard, but that's all they needed. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Meanwhile, Lawrence's throw into the hands of Kirk. On second down, Dillon. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. Here's Lawrence to throw. And completes it to Kirk over the middle. And he will have a Giants first down by about 3 yards or so as they wind up getting 7 there on 3rd and 4. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
From just shy of midfield, Lawrence. He'll get this one to Pittman. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line. The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3. They'll try and run for the first with Dillon. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. That's good for 9 yards as they convert on the 3rd down play.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now Lawrence to throw. They'll set up a screen for Dillon. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35. To throw again on second down. Lawrence. It's Knox, the tight end, making the catch. And he's going to get this down near the 25. On third down, here's Dillon. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business in the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
So another third down conversion, and now they've got a first and goal. From the shotgun, Lawrence. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete. Another shot from the 9 on second and goal. Looking to throw, Lawrence. Now swing pass for Dillon. And it looks like he'll be just a yard shy of the 5 here as he's out at the 6. On third and goal, Lawrence. And that is caught. He's got it for a giant touchdown. A great play there. A touchdown on a kick return and now one through the air. And the Giants take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Now for the PAT, here's Johnson. And that one makes this a 19-point game. That one was an extended drive, 14 plays all told. And it was polished off by a Giants touchdown. Here's Johnson set and ready to kick this one away. From the 6. And he won't quite make it to the 25. Here comes the Falcons offense. It's their first possession of the second half now. Herbert on first down now. And caught by London. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play. And it's second down. Up the middle, it's Chubb. And he'll get this to about the 34, a gain of just 3. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And this will be a Falcons first down as the tackle made just shy of the 40. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a first and 10. Back to throw here, Herbert. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. Second down. They go with Chubb on second down. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39. Going to throw on third down with Herbert. Going out wide, finds Chubb. And this won't be enough. A good secure tackle, and they stop him a few yards shy at the 46. They do get 7 out of that, but not enough to prevent a fourth down.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
The Falcons send out their punter as he'll kick it away for the second time. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And they'll play keep away from the returner as this one will be marked out of bounds at the 13-yard line. Pretty good spot. In possession switching back to the New York Giants. And that last touchdown drive they had very balanced. How key is that balance?
It's huge because most of the time when we talk about balance is run, pass, almost 50-50. But most of the times when you talk to offensive coaches, they say balance is we do what we want when we want to. And that means that they're ahead of the defense, keeping them on their heels.
Yeah, they imposed their will on that last drive. And that's incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's a perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
That's good for 28 yards.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
Throwing now, Lawrence on first down. He'll rifle this one deep right side. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Lawrence going to throw again. Finding Knox there, complete. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Lawrence. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. The Falcons offense set to go. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Falcons. Nick Chubb, his 5th rushing touchdown now on the year. And the Falcons are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the 3rd. Well, if they're going to make a game of this in the second half, they need a few big plays to go their way. That's one.
And the way to get it done is to also conserve time. So to your point, that big play right there, now you're not moving the ball downfield, taking time off the clock. You're leaving yourself a better avenue to continue to try and make a comeback.
Extra point by Koo, up and good. And they're able to cut this deficit down to 12. So they hit pay dirt on just one play. The long run, the scamper, and a very nice scamper into the end zone for the touchdown. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Here's the Giant offense now as they get ready to take over here. Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10. Now Lawrence. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down. Here's Lawrence. The toss here completed to Pittman. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The catch and run, good for 18 and a 1st down.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Dillon now on 1st and 10. And a pretty good burst there as he'll get this across midfield and down to the 46. One quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 46. Lawrence will throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43. Play action. It's Lawrence. He'll let this go for the end zone. And he's got it. Touchdown, Giants. Christian Kirk, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Giants are closing in on a 4-1 start as they extend their 4th quarter lead. To that drive there, CD, a good response, and that might be the one that gets them to the finish line, a comfortable lead.
Yeah, that's all about not letting the team back into a game because they just gave up a touchdown. It was back to a 2-score game, and anything can happen in that situation. But instead, they came through with a really terrific drive right there that ended in 6. So you like to slam the door on teams. In this case, they're trying to block it as well.
And Johnson's extra point up and good. And that will make this a 19-point game. Here's Johnson set and ready to kick this one away. Atlanta now coming out on the field. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again. A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far at 2nd down. To the air again, Herbert. And that is incomplete. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they're right at about the league average, 40%, 4 for 10. This is 3rd and 10. Justin Herbert looking to pass. They set up the screen to Chubb. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
You want to see a defensive coordinator get upset and throw his headset? This is the kind of play that'll do it. You force 3rd and long. This is almost sort of a give-up play. You're just hoping to get something positive, and it winds up breaking big, and they convert on 3rd down.
So the drive takes them into Giants territory now, 1st and 10 at the 46. Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. Herbert back to the air. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon. And it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a 1st down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's Herbert. That's into the hands of Pitts, the tight end. And he's going to get this down near the 25.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. Throwing again on 2nd down. Herbert, that's out to Chubb, complete. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. That gain of 15 gets him on the doorstep, 1st and goal.
And when you're throwing the ball downfield really well like they have been on this drive, it's really a nice time to work one of the screen plays in. One of my favorite play callers in the game has always told me he starts every game with 10 to 12 screens because if he starts feeling the pressure from the defense, he uses their aggressiveness against them.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll run with Chubb. And he'll get about 4 there as he takes it from the 10 down to the 6. The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on second and goal. Herbert now. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Loss of 10 as multiple defenders get to him.
You can almost see all the defenders rubbing their hands together with glee because we all know they relish the chance to bring down a quarterback of his caliber. Anyone who brings him down has plenty to talk about. Not just a sack, but a big win built off the efforts of this defense.
This likely a must-have. Third and goal. And he'll take this one down near the 15. Only able to pick up a yard, and that's going to leave him with a long 4th and goal. Such a long drive here. 3 points. That would be a disappointment, but I don't know if you can go for it here, can you?
Well, you know, the defense was really giving them a lot all the way downfield, and now they've stiffened. Forget that bend, don't break. Now they don't even want to let them get a yard, do they? So in this spot, remember the coaches told us before the ball game? Any drive that ends with a kick is going to be okay with us, whether it's a punt, a field goal, or an extra point. Take the field goal right here.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had the play call on 4th and goal, but it's dropped in the end zone. And the Giants are going to get the football back. Well, that's another mistake there on the drop pass on 4th, and we've seen him do things like this all game.
It's not hard to figure out why they're down by that deficit. They haven't made plays that are going to keep them in the game or win the game all game long. That's another example right there. It all boils down at the end of it to execution. Either you make the play or you don't.
That's going to go as a loss of 6, and it'll set him back for second down.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Now on second and 16, Lawrence. He's going to fire one deep left sideline. And that one incomplete, but now a penalty flag coming in late. That might be PI. Well, there were about 70,000 that were quickly calling for that flag. It comes out there for pass interference.
And what do you think, partner? A little sarcasm in that cheering from this crowd here tonight. What they're hoping now is to build a little momentum off of it and give a more genuine reason to cheer down the road.
They run once more with Dillon. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. 58 yards rushing for him now on 17 carries.
And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Dillon, they try the left side with him, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's second and 11.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Works right side into the hands of the tight end, Knox. And he's going to be stopped well short of what he needed as the tackle is made at the 18-yard line. So just 3 yards on the completion there. So a victory here for the men in blue, the New York Giants. And they've got to feel good about this performance. I think you'd agree, matched up against a top 5 defensive unit in the league, and they pretty much had their way.
Yeah, that was the interesting part about it because normally when we see this defense play, they have their opportunities and they make their plays, don't they? They knock them back on their heels. They take the ball away. They change field position. In this case, what you said is so apt. They had their way with them, took it to them, and knock them back on their heels and surprise the heck out of them.
So for the Giants, they boost their record up to a strong 4-1. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Dallas Cowboys. Meanwhile, for Atlanta, the loss will move them back to 3-2 on the year. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week.
It's Madden NFL 23. And coming up, we'll see Justin Jefferson. He was a game breaker last week, over 200 yards receiving. It's the Vikings and the Packers, and it's coming up next on Madden Football.
Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. This one taken just inside the 10. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. So here comes the Packers offense now onto the field. Under center will be the Southern California native standing at 6'4", Sam Darnold.
And this is a game for grit, determination, and somehow finding a way not to panic. What a horrible start for them. I mean, they haven't won a game yet. So now, as a quarterback, you're not just talking to your team. You've got to demonstrate to them what they need to do to win. He's got to be the leader by how he plays.
Darnold looking to start with a pass. He'll get this into the hands of Nico Collins. Looking to throw again on second down. Darnold. He's got his tight end over the middle, O.J. Howard. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. A give up the middle to Dobbins. Just a 1-yard loss that time, but that's not what they needed. Now they're dealing with a 3rd and long. Here's Darnold. And incomplete on the deep ball. On now is the Packers punter. He'll kick it away after a 3 and out on the opening drive of the game. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. A beautiful fake. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. So here's the Viking offense making their way out. Leading this unit will be the big arm man out of Texas Tech. 10th pick in the 2017 draft, Patrick Mahomes.
And he's playing at a very high level here in this early part of the season. In fact, he leads the NFL in passing yards. Now, that's not always an indicator of success. But in his case, it is.
Good starting field position for the Vikings as they have it 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Here's Mahomes to throw. Throw left side, taken in by Jefferson. And he'll go out of bounds, it appears, right at the 45. Pretty darn good, as you see right there on your screen.
I'll echo that. Darn good. 2 touchdowns, right? And the ability to be in sync with each other, right? To understand that he's going to be where the quarterback expects him to be when the ball's thrown.
And a good pickup there. He gets about 6 up to midfield. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down. Edwards-Helaire, they'll try to run for it. And he has the 1st down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive. The Vikings at a perfect 5-0 here to begin the campaign. And they've certainly found their groove of late. Winners of 5 in a row.
And this team is absolutely playing their best football right now. This is the best that we've seen them play in a long time, partner. Sky's the limit as far as they're concerned. Their confidence really soaring.
Throwing on 1st down is Mahomes. He's got his target. That's Zach Pascal. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
It's a gain of 10. 1st down, Vikings.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Play action. Now it's Mahomes. Now a swing pass. It's Edwards-Helaire.
So the completion good for 6 yards, and it'll be second down. To throw, it's Mahomes. That's caught by the tight end, Irv Smith Jr.
And he's brought down here just outside of the 20. Really a solid start here on the opening drive, Charles. He's now 4 of 4, and they're already in plus territory.
Brandon, he's been so precise to start this game, like we're watching an operation taking place right now. Master surgeon at work.
And it's caught in the end zone for the Viking touchdown by Justin Jefferson.
A great effort there with touchdown number 12 on the year.
And the Vikings have taken the early lead on the road here at Lambeau.
One of the keys to their long winning streak has been scoring first. An ideal drive right there, getting the first 6 points of the ball game.
Do you go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator? Remember what he told us?
Absolutely.
With some teams, I script to probe in the early part of the game. Other teams, I script to attack. They've been in attack mode for these ball games and continue that in this one.
Extra point by Gay is up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away.
From the 6. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
The Packers offense here coming back out for their second drive.
In the midst of, well, let's just say a not-so-rosy losing streak. They've got the open week, though, coming up next weekend, so you have to figure this to be a game that they dearly love to have.
Oh, indeed. They have to have this one because that's something positive to take with you when you go away for a few days, and it actually releases your mind. If they lose this one, that mind stays cluttered the entire time they're away, and they've got to scramble to get back in sync when they start playing again.
On second down, a run with Dobbins. And he'll take this up to the 30, a gain of 4. Throwing here on third down, Darnold. Throwing deep for Galladay.
And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down. On fourth down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. We'll call that a 49-yard punt with a return of just 2.
And it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10.
The Vikings taking the field here for their second drive of the game. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. I mean, look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now Mahomes. Complete. Smith has it. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
So this, Charles, on paper at least, not the most even of matchups. Polar opposite, really. I mean, on one sideline, you got the hottest team in the league, still unbeaten, and on the other side, a winless squad.
And that's why I owe you, and I owe you big, because you did email me this week to remember any given Sunday. That was a phrase you typed to me, and that's what we have to remember in this ball game. It resounds when you think about it. Unbeaten versus winless, any given Sunday, anything can happen in this league.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Looking to throw is Mahomes.
Justin Jefferson bringing in the slant. And they're going to get this up to midfield.
Well, it's almost as if they didn't leave the field after their first drive. They picked right up where they left off. Another good throw there. And this offense, humming here in the early going.
First and 10, it's Edwards-Helaire with it. The tackle made by Kingsley and Igbari.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Mahomes on the give to Edwards-Helaire. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. 7 yards there and a first down.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. This one brought in by Jefferson. And they're going to move it down inside the 25.
Well, as a coach, you absolutely love seeing your offense find their rhythm early, and that's exactly what we've seen so far. They had a touchdown on their opening drive, and now they connect here for another nice gain for a first down. This offense is moving the ball well, exactly as he drew it up in practice.
Mahomes now on 1st down. Throws this one right side to Pascal. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line. To throw again on 2nd down. Mahomes. And his throw is incomplete. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Mahomes now to throw. That to his running back, Edwards-Helaire. And the Vikings are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
And coming into this ball game, this was an offense that wasn't just talking about the notion of ball control. They were preaching it. They want to win the time of possession battle, and they've done so here. This drive's taken up quite a bit of the first quarter. Now they are set up 1st and goal.
They'll run with Edwards-Helaire. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Clyde Edwards-Helaire, his 7th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Vikings lead this now 13-0 here in the opening quarter of the ball game. Well, he finishes off the drive with a touchdown run, Charles. Remember, he also had a catch on this drive as well.
And that's what running backs want to be in today's NFL, a complete back. 3 down, stay on the field, run it, and catch it. And he gets it done.
Extra point by Gain is up and good. And it's now 14-0. Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. From the 6. The Green Bay offense ready to take over. Not only are they in search of their first score, they're in search of their first down in this ball game as they come up 1st and 10. The drive will commence with a run by J.K. Dobbins. And that to the 30. It'll be 2nd down. The numbers for him from a week ago: 14 carries, 68 yards.
They've lost a bunch of games in a row now. They've got to start thinking a little bit differently, maybe a little bit outside of the box. Find other ways to move the football. I don't know if you're going to do it through the air or maybe change up how you establish your run game.
And he'll earn a couple of tough yards past the 30 to the 31.
He's brought down at the 31.
Darnold. And that is incomplete. On now is the Packers punter, as he'll come on to kick this one away. And he's getting a workout here in this first quarter as he gets it away. And a great job on special teams to down it, as this will be marked out inside the 5-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. It has been about as perfect of a start to this game as these guys could have asked for, Charles. They've scored on their first 2 drives. They still haven't given anything up on the other side. A big seam, and he might go all the way. He's at the 40, 20, Touchdown, Vikings! Clyde Edwards-Helaire, his second touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the Vikings are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Boy, Charles, this offense is just so explosive. They lead the league in scoring, and another example of just how good they are right there on that play.
Yeah, we often overstate about how explosive teams are, but this team is truly a threat to score on every snap, especially on the first few plays of any series. And a big strike like that only adds to their reputation as the league's best offense.
Extra point by Gay is up and good, and that makes the score 21-0. So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. Takes it at the 7. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. Now the Packers get set to go. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores. And I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
And he is going to lose yardage here. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
A 2-yard loss brings up 3rd down and 12.
21-0 our score after 1. Back for the second quarter in Green Bay. It's the Packers in possession of the football as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. Now Darnold. And that is incomplete. On now is the Packers punter. He's been one of their few bright spots so far.
It's 4th down.
And now a fair catch called for and taken just outside the 40-yard line. No return, but it goes down as just a punt of 31 yards. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
On 1st down, Mahomes. He'll find Miller. That's complete. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
Let's just call it what it is. This has been a flat-out struggle for this defense all game long. They've really had a hard time slowing them down. And while I'm not big on speeches and guys jumping up and down, they might need their team leader on defense to get in their face right now and light a fire under these guys. They've got to start playing better assignment football and start getting guys on the ground.
Mahomes now on 1st down. That's into the hands of Pascal. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line.
Nothing fancy on 1st down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. They go backwards there 2 yards, and 2nd and 1 is now 3rd and 3. Now here's Mahomes. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down. And Gay knocks this one through, and the route is on. It's 24-0. So everything else has gone right in this first half. Kind of follows that it would for their kicker, too, as he adds 3 more onto the lead.
Yeah, and the way that this one's gone, definitely not looking like he's going to have to worry too much about pressure kicks late in the game. He can go out there free and easy, just work on his form, and he knocked that one through.
The Packers ready to take over offensively. They're still in search of an initial first down as they come up here 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Dobbins. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
Harrison Phillips on the stop. A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1 at the 34-yard
Now
line.
Dobbins again on 2nd down. 7 yards there and a first down.
A 7-yard gain.
To throw is Darnold. Airing one out for Boyd. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
Incomplete. It leads to 2nd and 10.
To throw again on 2nd down. Darnold. And they're going to get this up to midfield. The offense on 3rd down, not good. 0 for 4 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. They'll try to run for it with Dobbins. And he has the first down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45.
A 5-yard gain on the play.
Right back to Dobbins on first. Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. 2nd down. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Here's Darnold. That's caught by the big tight end, O.J. Howard. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
That's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 1.
On 3rd down, here's Dobbins. And he'll be touched down here, but not before he does pick up the first. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Darnold's throw taken in by Collins. And they're going to move it down inside the 25.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2. At the Vikings.
Dobbins running out of the gun. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line.
It's a gain of 2. That's another.
On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. And, Charles, you wonder about this defense coming in. I mean, look, it's no secret they're playing a team that's down on its luck right now. Losers of 5 straight. How does that change how you prepare for a game?
Well, to me,
and it's a Packers touchdown. J.K. Dobbins from 21 yards away. And the Packers get a bit closer. Well, the scoreboard still does not look good, but at least they polished off that goose egg.
Yeah, they've been thoroughly outplayed in the first half. Finally, a little spark of life. But it's going to take a lot more to add to that flame for them to thoroughly get back into this one.
Point after here coming up. He's got it, and that makes our score 24-7. So that drive, 12 plays in length. And the result, a Green Bay score. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This one taken just inside the 10. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. Former first-rounder Clyde Edwards-Helaire ready to go here. And we checked the rushing numbers so far here into Week 6, and the returns have been really good. Now, you're starting to hit that stride middle of the season toward the end. They're certainly hoping they can keep up this production.
They are, because one of the adages in the NFL is that defense travels and defense endures even in bad weather, right? You know what else does? A good running game. And people want that, especially as you head down the stretch. You may play outdoors in some nasty stuff. You're trying to get to the playoffs. This is the time to get it going. And individually, I don't think you should just think about 1,000 yards either. The bar has to be set higher with this beginning.
From midfield, here's Mahomes. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They go play fake. Mahomes. He's got Smith here. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
So 3rd and 2. This quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. Mahomes going to throw. Got an open man finding Jefferson. And he will have the Vikings first down as they get 5 there on 3rd and 2.
I like the fact that they didn't overcomplicate things on that call. 3rd and 2. Just run the quick little hitch, which they did. Ball's out of quarterback's hands. And yes, indeed, they pick up the first down.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Again, they'll throw with Mahomes. And that's complete to K.J. Osborne. A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28. They'll go option on 2nd down, right side. He has enough for the first down on the keeper, a gain of 6.
First down, Minnesota.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Throwing on first down is Mahomes. Over the middle to Smith. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line. Throwing again on 2nd down. Mahomes. And it's caught. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. It's a good gain of 11. Sets him up 1st and goal.
But he's turning in a nice performance. Remember, he had the touchdown earlier, and this time he's able to beat double coverage to grab it.
I think that if he weren't worried about a taunting penalty, he'd run by the opposing team's bench and say, guys, 2's not going to be enough. You better get some more guys trying to cover me. He knows how to get open downfield.
They'll try to run with Edwards-Helaire. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there forcing a loss on that play.
The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. On 2nd and goal, Mahomes. And it'll be intercepted. Rasul Douglas picks it. And the Packers are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line.
Absolutely a golden opportunity missed there to add to their lead and really cap off an impressive drive because they've got the advantage and plenty of time to add to it. But on the flip side, plenty of time for an opposing comeback as well. So when you have the chance to distance yourself not just so early, partner, you know you don't want to let it slip away.
After the interception, here's Darnold.
Throw right side, taken in by Collins.
The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half.
Meanwhile, Darnold's throw here pulled in by Galladay.
Now another timeout called for by the offense as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. And that is intercepted on the sideline. Wait, no. They'll say no. It was caught out of bounds. So this is just an incompletion here. Throwing deep for Galladay. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete. Throwing here on 3rd down, Darnold. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
How about the coverage we just saw break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. This is fielded at the 27. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt.
And they will take over 1st and 10. Former first-rounder Clyde Edwards-Helaire ready to go here.
He's already cruised past the 100-yard mark. We haven't even gone away for halftime yet.
He might not want halftime. All right, why cool off?
Keep everybody here.
Let's stay out on the field and keep going. But all that being said, everything is really working well for them. The play calling's been excellent. The blocking's been terrific. And obviously his vision and legs have hurdled him to this big number so far. We could be seeing something really special here.
And we'll see how much they give him the ball here. Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. Middle of the field, he finds Pascal. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half.
Well, things are definitely going right for them here in the first half. Pick a down, any down, even 3rd down, no problem. They get a connection there and pick up a fresh set of downs, continuing to move the ball.
And supreme confidence in the kicker turns to supreme failure, as that is obviously no good. So that would have been something from that distance, but to no avail. Comes up empty as we have reached the intermission. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan. Well, we'll move right. The Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the second half.
And no fireworks to start the half. This will be a touchback.
So here are the Vikings to take over. Remember, they're riding that 5-game winning streak, and right now in the driver's seat in this ball game as well. Seconds have ticked away in this Minnesota victory, and it was a game where they were off and running in the first quarter, Charles, and never looked back.
You know, partner, after a while, we always say the same thing, don't we? They set the tone early, right? They started fast. So I asked a few of my horse racing friends, do you have a term for me that we can use to cover that? And they said, yeah. When a horse breaks out like that, you say he caught a flyer out of the gate. And that's exactly what this team did today. I mean, they jumped out there, jumped on them, and were never headed.
So for Minnesota, they remain as hot as anyone at 6-0 now through the first month and a half. And they'll head back home next week to take on the Atlanta Falcons. Meanwhile, for Green Bay, the downward spiral continues as they drop to 0-6 now. And now they'll head to the bye week as they'll be back in action in Week 8.
It's week 6 of the National Football League, and we have Amon-Ra St. Brown on center stage. He's coming off a nice performance, bringing in a pair of touchdowns. It's the Browns and the Eagles on Thursday night primetime.
We come at you from the shores of Lake Erie. EA Sports has the coverage of the NFL from First Energy Stadium here in Cleveland, Ohio. Tonight we kick off Week 6 with a great Thursday night matchup between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Cleveland Browns. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. From the 6. So here come the Browns for their first drive on offense. They'll have Lamar Jackson calling the shots, the former Heisman Trophy winner from Louisville.
Okay, I'm not taking a turn to negative town, even though it's going to sound like it. The 2 interceptions he threw last week, those obviously have to be eliminated, and that was the focus of practice this week. But let's face it, he did throw 3 touchdown passes.
And they got the win.
So I think it was a good week for him to work on things. Had some positives, the win being first and foremost. Now he's just got to eliminate those interceptions.
And that's to Amon-Ra St. Brown. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. A good start offensively. 15 yards on the game's initial play.
Oh, that was a pretty route right there, because it's all about finding a window on a route like that. He lined up on his left, ran the deep in route over the middle, and the ball was right where it needed to be. Really good trust between quarterback and receiver. Really good completion.
From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. From the gun, Jackson. And his throw here's incomplete. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. Jackson. Throw left side, caught by the tight end Njoku. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. It's a gain of 10, and the Browns are going to get a first down. Charles, Thursday night game. I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that, because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for? Who are the freshest guys coming off of the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line. Off the option, here's McCaffrey. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Here's Jackson to throw. It's hauled in by Brandon Cooks. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line. They go play action with Jackson. And he's got a man, Calvin Ridley. And he is going to have a Browns first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Oh, there's going to be a little bit of regret there because they certainly had the chance to get off the field here, just giving up a field goal attempt. But they couldn't get that stop on third down. Now they have to hunker down because guess what? That drive continues.
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
It's now 2nd and
Jackson. And Cooks has it over the middle. And he gets halfway home from the 10 to the 5 on a pickup of 5. Jackson will throw again. And he'll just get rid of it. Cade York on now for the field goal. From the left hash, a chip shot here. York able to send this one through. And the Browns are out to a 3-0 lead. So a long drive gets them down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
So now here comes the Eagles offense as they get ready to take over. And a glance here at the man calling the plays under center, their 6'4" quarterback.
I tell you what, when he is on schedule for that week, secondaries take notice because you've got to stay alert back there on every snap. A truly powerful arm, one is capable of challenging any level of the defense on any given play. That's why so many scouts preach arm talent when preparing for the NFL draft. A quarterback with arm strength to make every throw in the book, he's an asset to have in any offense.
Sanders has it over the middle. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll set up a throw. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. 2nd and 5. Throw right side, caught by Goddard, the tight end. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield. The Eagles in a very solid 4-1 here in the early part of the year. And they've come in on a nice run of recent form. 4 wins out of 5.
And they were able to tough it out last week, a close one-score game. And those are the kind of wins that pull you together as a team because everyone gains confidence and they feel like they can continue to get better.
So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 49-yard line. They will run for the first time with Miles Sanders. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The numbers for Sanders last week, pretty good as he found himself in the end zone on 2 separate occasions.
And those are the most important numbers because no matter what you pile up prior to the goal line, getting in is all that matters. Putting those numbers up on the board, and they love them when they're 6s.
And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down. And this one is incomplete. The Eagles send out their punter now. Back to return it, Christian McCaffrey. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. That'll go as a punt of 32 yards. And the Browns will take over with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. Second drive coming up here for Cleveland as they return to the field on offense. As mentioned, this one of the hottest teams in the NFL, riding that winning streak into this one, but now playing here on Thursday night. Do you think that this helps or hurts their momentum?
Well, ordinarily, I'd say it hurts the momentum because now you get that short week. But when a team's playing as well as they are, it actually allows them to down focus and only worry about themselves and less about their opponent. So when you're playing well, you just worry about the things you're doing well and let the opponent deal with that.
Looks like he's going to get a couple here on this first down carry, and that'll make it 2nd and 8. The numbers for McCaffrey last week: 20 carries, 66 yards.
Well, obviously, he didn't have a great deal of time between games, having to turn around on a short week and get ready for Thursday night football. But he said in pregame he was feeling pretty good and felt more recovered from last week's contest than he would have expected. Didn't seem to think this short week was going to affect him much as he chases a big performance here in prime time.
On 3rd down, Jackson eluding the pressure right. He's going to let this go deep, back over the middle. And this almost intercepted. Not sure he saw the free safety that time. But lucky, incomplete. That'll bring up 4th down. That's taken on the 25. Gets past one man. A very nice punt that time, but they get 11 back on the return. And it will be Eagles football, 1st and 10. So back onto the field, here come the Eagles for their 2nd drive. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time, hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone. They'll start out here with a jet sweep. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. It's a 2nd down run with Sanders. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. They'll drop the throw. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah. And the Browns are going to take possession of the football. So this is something we didn't see at all from this offense in the victory last week. That's a turnover. They didn't have any, but giving the ball away here in the opening quarter.
I love the surprise in your voice because it's exactly what you stated. Didn't see it last week, but it's a key to their win. And it'll be a key to this game as well, protecting the football. Didn't get it done there.
So here are the Browns to take over. They're on a 3-game winning streak, and right now looking good in this one as well. After the interception, here's Jackson. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. Now it's Jackson. And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down. Jackson now. Going up top. And that is incomplete, but a penalty flag coming in. This could be a 1st down. So pass interference the call. That's going to set him up with a 1st down.
And if it's a bang-bang play, maybe the flag stays in the official's pocket, but instead, he definitely impeded the receiver's right to catch the football. The officials letting the players know how the game's going to be called here in the 1st quarter.
Again, McCaffrey. And good work there defensively as they're able to keep him out of the end zone. Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. On the ground, McCaffrey. And this time he is in. Christian McCaffrey with his 6th rushing touchdown on the year as his guys are able to extend their lead. So the 2nd down run didn't work. They run it again on 3rd down and get in. I wasn't sure if they might pass it, Charles. We know that they like to mix it up down here around the goal line.
Yeah, almost felt like the offensive line said, forget mixing it up. Let's call our favorite running play over our best blockers, and let's get this one in.
Now Cade York for the extra point. He's got it, and now it's a 10-0 lead here in the opening quarter. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And the last play on the drive, the touchdown run from Christian McCaffrey. So an early 10-0 lead for them now as they kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Philadelphia's offense ready to go again. They'll look to get something started. They need to, down 10-0 early as they've got it 1st and 10. trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He's going to drop this down to Sanders. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. There's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Shotgun snap and then the give to Sanders. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Back to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Sanders. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run.
If your sympathies lie with the defense, you understand how tough it is for linebackers to run with a guy like this. He's going to slip out of the backfield and then work in the middle of the field. And sometimes those defenders get preoccupied with other people moving, and he finds open space and makes a nice play.
So they move from 136 over to the other as they come up on first down. They'll run with Sanders up the middle. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. Start of the 2nd quarter, and it's the Eagles in possession as they've got it with a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. Another run with Sanders, and this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
It looks like a nickel set now for the Browns on 3rd down. They'll set up to throw. And that will be incomplete. So on comes the Eagle kicker, Jake Elliott, on 4th down. There'll be a 47-yard attempt from the left hash. The kick by Elliott is good. And they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3. So that kick gives them their first points of the game, CD, and it comes on the 3rd drive, but hopefully for them that's a spark that gets that offense going.
Yeah, and I would say if you're the offensive play caller, as you look at your sheet, you're trying to find that part on there that unlocks bigger points. They've struggled with a few drives so far, finally got 3 out of it. How do you find the end zone? That's what he's searching for now.
The Browns drive about to get started. And they had the touchdown during the last drive, and I'm guessing that you like the balance they had on that last drive.
And I loved it. Forget liking it. Absolutely love what they were doing, because to be ahead of the defense that much, every play call you have, run or pass, is working pretty well for you.
Makes you look like a genius.
It really does. It also lets you know that your preparation was pretty good, and now the defense has to do all the adjusting.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. From the gun, it's Jackson. And that is incomplete. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Up the gut, McCaffrey. And not much room to speak of. He'll get about 3 up to the 41. The Browns on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Here's Jackson. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Bradley Chubb doing what he does best, getting that sack.
In every game we talk about what are going to be the keys as we go into it. Maybe that's a key for their defense today. Pressure the quarterback and make sure you play a good zone defense behind them, and they get their first sack of the contest.
On 4th down, Joseph Charlton on to punt. 33 yards is the distance on the punt there. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. The Eagles coming out as they get ready. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. He finds his tight end, Goddard. That's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 10 yards there and an Eagle first down.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
Back to throw now on 1st down. And this will be caught by Mooney. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. Up the middle they go with Sanders. And he's down right around midfield after a gain of 2, maybe 3. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Grant Delpit. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. They start near midfield following the interception as they begin 1st and 10. Looking for Cooks, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Avonte Maddox. And the Eagles are going to take over at their own 41. Well, their defense got him the football with an interception. They trot out there, Charles, in the very first play. They give the football right back.
Brandon, I almost expect you to come in like an auctioneer. We've got 2, we got 2. Do I hear 3? Remember, it was 2 in a row. Would we hit 3 in a row? Because these offenses, they got to be a little bit more careful as they go forward. These defenders, they're locked in and really focused.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play, and that's going to bring up 2nd down. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. That's into the hands of Donovan Peoples-Jones. Now flags come in here. Looked like one of the Eagles might have moved. The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. The false start backs them up 5, 1st and 15. Here's Sanders. And he's going to take this across the 50 into Browns territory. Second and 9 now. That's swung out wide to Sanders. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And that is incomplete. Here's Jake Elliott. Career long, by the way, for him, 61 yards. This will approach NFL record territory. It's a 62-yard attempt. Well, I don't know if you ever go into a game expecting to attempt a kick of 62 yards. Charles, not only attempt it, but make it one of the longest kicks that we've ever seen.
Yeah, I'm not sure you ever go into a game expecting to kick one of this distance, but all the better kickers, they do dream of it. And they show what they can do in practice and convince their coaches to give them a chance. That one surely paid off.
The Browns set and ready to go on offense. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Jackson looking to throw on third. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there that brings up fourth.
Well, they came up with points in their first two possessions, but it looks like they'll come up empty here on their third drive. The defense finally starting to get locked into them a little bit. Might have to go a little bit deeper into their playbook on their next possession.
On is the punter Charlton now as he's able to get this one away. Fair catch signaled for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line. It'll wind up just a 35-yard punt, no return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They start on the ground here at Sanders. And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31. He'll look to throw. That's complete to Peoples-Jones. The heavy set out there. 3 tight ends in the formation for 3rd and 3. They'll look to throw. And he's got his man. It's the tight end Goddard. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
They brought in a heavy set on 3rd down, and that usually means running play, but we have seen them throw out of that formation. And sure enough, they snuck the tight end out on that one, wound up hitting him for a first down.
So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 45-yard line. Now Sanders slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
This defense is really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense going to have to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. They'll go again with Sanders. That'll wind up as a loss on the play, so now they're staring at a 3rd down and 12.
No surprise there, Jadeveon Clowney with a tackle for loss. We all know how he became one of the most famous players in football, though, don't we?
Oh, that one play.
Yeah, that one big-time play was on highlights everywhere. They want to see more of that here in the NFL.
2 running plays, each lose a yard. They'll need to do much better now on 3rd and 12. Looking to throw. And unable to connect. Incomplete. They'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice. An ambitious effort, but it's well short. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Well, now they'll start 3 yards shy of midfield after that long 57-yard miss. Throwing now, Jackson on 1st down. Looking left side for Watkins, and he's got him. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. Jackson's throw taken in there by Cooks. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. A gain there of 21 yards.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. Now Jackson on 1st down. Dancing, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range.
Another try after the first down sack. Jackson.
The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Jackson. And he gets this one to Ridley, complete. And that's not nearly going to be enough. Stopped at the 22, and he needed plenty more.
Cade York on now for the field goal.
He connected on his first. This time it's 39 yards away.
York able to send this one through.
And that'll open the lead up to a touchdown now at 13-6.
So a nice kick there as they add 3 to the lead.
And from what I've seen so far, Brandon, I think they've been the better of the two teams here in the first half. So even though you want the touchdown, I think that's a nice job there to put 3 points on the board.
From the 6. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. The Eagles offense going to take over late in this first half. A slim deficit here in a one-possession game. Not much time left, obviously. We'll see if they can march this down the field, at least get 3 and take some momentum into the locker room. Pickens on the slant.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. Throw right side, caught by Goddard, the tight end.
And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
And offensively, they'll take the timeout with 6 seconds left in the second quarter.
I like how they work the tight end on a nice little under route there. And if you're going to give him that much space, he's not even going to catch the football. He's going to run away from you a little bit, and that's exactly what he just did there, picking up extra yardage.
And this kick is not going to be close. It's well short, well right to boot. And this will stay at a 7-point game.
Yeah, it's been a disappointing first half for him, all things considered. If this can serve as the capper, it's a missed field goal in the late going, and that's only going to serve to lessen the mood even further.
Final play of the half here. It's Jackson. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. Second down. So we have reached halftime here in Cleveland with the Browns on top. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and CD in a minute. First, it's time to take a look at what we've got coming your way this weekend in the NFL. In the early window, we'll have our eye on that game in Jacksonville. The Jaguars going to need to be on their A game, as that promises to be a tight one. Excellent games in the late afternoon window as well. One being over in Arlington, where it'll be America's team, the Cowboys, taking on the New York Giants. And lastly, we'll all be tuned in on Monday night for what should be a great one between the Las Vegas Raiders and the Atlanta Falcons. Time now for a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Eagles. And despite the fact that they're down on the scoreboard, they were able to have some success throwing the football in that opening half. Meanwhile, for the Browns, they too didn't throw the ball as well as they would have liked. And I think both teams would say there's room for improvement in the second half.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
The Eagles ready to go on offense to begin this third quarter. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now, they got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
On third down, he'll drop to throw.
He hits Mooney going across the middle. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. Give him 22 there on the third down conversion.
Well, this is an awfully tough route to defend in man coverage because he lines up on the right and then runs a crossing route back to the other side of the field. So as a defender, you're not only trailing him the whole way, you're also looking out for your own guys to make sure you don't get yourself picked off. And then you can't catch up in time to prevent the completion.
They run the option here on 1st and 10. Philadelphia picking up the first on a gain of 15. Well, when you've got a quarterback like this dead to rights, you got to make sure to wrap up. Instead, though, he breaks free and off he goes.
Yeah, this is great work by a quarterback here. He's doing anything he can to avoid taking a square hit. I admire the way he worked his way through the initial contact and then continued downfield for good yardage.
So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 36. They'll set up to throw. A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. Myles Garrett able to record his 5th sack of the season.
All about the offense so far this drive, putting something sustained together. But the defense, they responded on that play. 2nd and manageable became 3rd and long. The drive marching to the end zone is one play from stalling out.
Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. They'll drop to throw. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked up by Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah. And the Browns are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line.
Well, I certainly think that we're seeing a big reason why this team is struggling to put points on the board so far, because too many of their drives have ended in turnovers already, and we still have almost a full half of football yet to play.
Here's the Browns now. They get set for their first possession of the 3rd quarter. And their defense just helped them out by getting the football back on the opening drive here in the 2nd half. And now can the offense follow through with points on their first possession?
And that's a big one for them because after the work the defense has done, they've got a chance here to open up this lead.
And that is caught. It's Ridley. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
As they began this drive, I was wondering how they were going to attack since they're playing with the lead. Would they continue to try and push the ball downfield? Well, after one play, it appears that the answer is yes.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now Jackson. He's got Njoku, his big tight end. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Now it's Jackson. That's to the right side and complete to Njoku. And they'll work this down inside the 30.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Jackson, and they will take over at the 26-yard line. So this offense moving the ball well, trying to open up a 2-score lead here in the 3rd quarter, but now potentially a play that could have big ramifications.
Yeah, you've driven the ball down the field. Things are looking up, but it takes just one bad decision to throw things off the rails.
Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. As this offense takes the field against CD, remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
And we'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as things start to get more interesting here in this second half.
Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Now back to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Sanders. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5. He'll drop to throw. And once again, this is Sanders. He showed off the athletic juke, but it didn't buy him a whole lot of real estate. 3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
We can make this one pretty simple. Blocked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
The Eagles send out their punter now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And a fair catch taken back near about the 35, 36-yard line. Just 34 yards on the punt there, no return. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. The Cleveland offense ready to go. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys are tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments. On 1st down, this is McCaffrey. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
So the 1st down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. From the gun, it's Jackson. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. To throw is Jackson. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point. And they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
Well, not too long ago, Charles, that would have been a new NFL record. But instead, it's shy of setting the record, which is 66, but still from 65 away, one of the longest kicks in league history.
And that puts him in elite company in the NFL. Only a few have ever even attempted that, let alone put it through the post. How about his moment? It came together for him, and he delivered.
Philadelphia getting set to take the field.
Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. It was a quick 3 and out, and they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again.
And this will be caught by Mooney.
And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And the Browns are going to take possession of the football. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. A handoff left, McCaffrey. And a tackle there by C.J. Gardner-Johnson. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. From the gun, Jackson. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked off by Avonte Maddox. And the Eagles are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line. So a potential momentum shifter there. Third. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And incomplete. A drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up 2nd down. Back to throw here. And my goodness, another interception. John Johnson with the INT. And the Browns are going to take possession of the football. And you have to wonder, Charles, a game like this, 5 interceptions, what does this do to the psyche of a young quarterback?
Well, based on the fact that he's still out there and he threw a 5th interception, I'm wondering if his head coach believes that he's really strong mentally and wants him to play through it. Because otherwise, you need to get him out and fight another day, because this could leave lasting damage if he keeps throwing interceptions.
McCaffrey running. Now a loose football. The ball comes out. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. And connecting quickly with Goddard. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
It certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle, you put it all together, you got a heck of a tight end candidate.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Well, thanks for joining us here on a Thursday night in the NFL. 3rd quarter, 2nd and 10 coming up. Brooks throw there, complete to Mooney. And they're going to have another 1st down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 26. A good pickup there of 20 yards. A big completion there against double coverage. And, Charles, one of those guys had a pick on him earlier.
Yeah, so he didn't allow that to deter him at all, did he? In fact, it probably was a challenge. Okay, you got to pick me 4. It's my turn now to make the big play. And that's exactly what he did.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. To throw on 2nd and 10. Book forced out to his left. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line. Play action now. Book. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. It'll be a sack and a loss of 3, but
tremendous read and reaction by the defensive tackle. And frankly, partner, it's not that often that
now to try the Eagle field goal, Jake Elliott. And this a 39-yard attempt. The kick by Elliott is good. And this is back down to a 7-point game. Well, certainly happy they were able to force the fumble, Charles, but wish they would have gotten in the end zone, only getting 3 points there and still facing this second-half deficit.
And they also will understand it's going to be a whole lot tougher to force another turnover the rest of the game, because that offense, they're going to be all about ball security from here on out.
And he returns this to the 22. Ready to take over again on offense. Out comes Cleveland. And last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You've got to protect the football.
So in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. In this case, though, giving up the football doesn't make them very happy. They can't wait to get back out there and atone for it.
Yeah, try to atone for it here on this drive. 42 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now.
An opportunity to get a drive started here at the end of the third quarter. What you're trying to do is break the game down a little bit. Don't let your guys see too deep into the game, into the future, and say, oh, we got to get here. No, right here, right in front of them, melt the clock down, get to the fourth quarter, try and keep going.
And try to keep that lead.
Exactly.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's Jackson. That'll be caught. It's St. Brown. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we're back now here in Cleveland. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Now they'll run the option to the short side left. It'll be a pickup of 5 on the keeper. It's 2nd down. Jackson now. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. Now it's Jackson. They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
Yeah, and on 3rd down, you know those pass rushers, they're in the starter's block. They're just waiting for the pistol to fire. You can almost hear the defensive coaches on the sideline pre-snap. Watch the screen, watch the screen. Really good job there of identifying it and making the play to force 4th down.
A lot of pressure here for Cade York. This to make it a 2-score game. And they're going to fake it. He wants to throw it here. Now a throw caught by one of their linemen. That's a 4th down pickup of 10 yards, and an opportunity certainly missed on the defensive side. It would have been a long kick. It was prime fake field goal territory. They faked it. They got it.
So much for defense in this situation, because the natural play there is you go into what we call safe, meaning you don't really rush on that.
Oh, no, he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, partner, here's where team football gets tested a little bit, because I know the defensive guys were over there chilling on the sidelines, and all of a sudden they heard the sudden change call, because that fumble puts them right back on the field. And they've got to go out and finish the game now themselves.
Absolutely. Nursing that slim lead here in the 4th, a costly turnover. On 1st down, Book. He finds his tight end, Goddard. That's complete. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. The drive starting with a 1st down, 11 yards on that pickup. A bit of a catch for him to remember. That's number 400 for his NFL career. Not a bad number at all. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Book now. He delivers another to Goddard, complete. from the 38. Book. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up third down. Book from the gun on third down. And that's going to be caught by Peoples-Jones. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they convert on 3rd and 3 with a nice gain of 7 yards.
But give the defensive guys a little bit of credit. They didn't let the deep ball beat them on that play, did they?
No, the drag, that guy can be your safety valve. We saw it right there.
Yeah, and it picked up a first down for them, too.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Book. Throw right side, caught by Goddard, the tight end. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46. They'll run with Sanders. And this has been a recurring theme tonight for sure. Nowhere to run. Back to the line of scrimmage, that's all. On 3rd down, they'll run it with Sanders. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
There are a lot of different formulas to winning football, but one constant over the years, winning on 3rd down. That pickup there was big because they had struggled throughout this one.
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. It's an Eagles first down on a gain of 11.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
A first down throw for Book. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. Throwing again, Book on 2nd and 10. That's complete to Mooney. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. Now Book. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. Myles Garrett able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. From the right hash and call it an even 50 yards.
The kick by Elliott is good, and that'll bring him back within 4. So an interesting call there to take the 3. I mean, I guess they're thinking that their hands were tied, but, 4th quarter, that field goal might not help them that much in the air.
Yeah, eventually they're going to need the touchdown. The thinking must have been they didn't feel confident about picking it up there, hoping maybe on defense they can get better field position, get a turnover, get a better play, and then they'll have a chance to attack the end zone.
The Browns offense heading back out to take possession. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is, do all the things that you're taught in order to close out the game. Don't even let that become an issue.
Yeah, but still a one-possession game. This one not fully over yet. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 65 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there. And on that play, I saw defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously, but at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
Meanwhile, Jackson's throw taken in there by Cooks. To throw again on second down. Jackson. That's to the right side and complete to Njoku. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. The offense on third down tonight, not so hot. 2 for 9 to this point. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs. Well, with the fumble he had earlier, we know how key keeping the football is here. That fumble earlier probably at the forefront of his mind. Just hold on to this thing.
It's also at the forefront of the mind of the guys who are trying to get the ball from him. And since they've seen him drop it on the ground before, they're doing everything possible to have him do it again. They need that turnover.
Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. Back to the ground on first, it's McCaffrey. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. On 2nd and 7, Jackson. Over the middle, that's caught by Ridley. And they'll work this down inside the 30.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
Throwing now, Jackson on first down. He'll get this out wide here to McCaffrey. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. It's a gain of 10, and the Browns are going to get a first down. He's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency.
From the red zone now, here's Jackson on first down. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Avonte Maddox. And the Eagles are right back in this football game. And that gives him now 3 interceptions in the game.
Well, someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing game. When was the last time we had someone get 3 in a contest?
2011, wasn't it? Kurt Coleman?
Oh, yeah, that's
then
right.
With the Eagles?
That's right. Then with the Eagles, and I believe it's against Washington and Rex Grossman.
That's correct. So now the Eagles down by 4, 2:22 on the clock. Deuces wild. How costly of an interception will that be? It's time to find out. 1st and 10. To throw his book. Open man is Gotw, the tight end. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left.
There's a completion to the tight end, and I think they were looking at something out of central casting, frankly.
Absolutely.
I mean,
size, the hands.
Speed. I mean, can flat out run. You put that whole package together.
And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. He's back to throw. Into the hands of Sanders. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. They'll run for it. Sermon. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. Back to throw. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. And a nice gain at 21 yards. Working the sideline there. Good route, good catch. First down, and he gets out of bounds.
Yeah, you have to like the play calling because you have to run some guys down the middle of the field to draw some of the defenders away. They can't just let them guard the sideline exclusively. That's how it's going to work. Sidelines and incompletions to use the clock.
And I believe the referee's been buzzed. Yeah, they want to take another look at this call. And it's certainly a big one here late in a tight game. did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call. So the officials and the folks in New York got a second look at this one, and the call is going to be overturned.
Back to throw.
Pass complete, Gotw.
And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. They'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will be incomplete. They weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Fourth down, book, desperation time.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Browns are going to get this thing back. Excellent field position. So now let's reset here, Charles. They do have 2 timeouts left, so they can stop the clock twice. This one's not quite over yet.
No, and what you're doing on defense, you're going to use both timeouts, obviously. But you've got to call defenses are going to force the issue early, meaning you want that play over fast. You don't want to give them time to dance around in the backfield or run a wide sweep that'll take off time. Blitz them, put pressure on them, make sure that play ends quickly so that you can go ahead and keep moving.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. The Browns in victory formation now as they take the knee. The Eagles will take their 3rd and final timeout as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. And they take a knee. And the Eagles with a dime look. 6 DBs on 3rd down. Down to a knee goes Jackson, and that should seal it. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This will get the lead up to 7. And this one is right down the middle. And that'll make this a 7-point game. What a ball game this was. What an atmosphere this was. And the home team getting the late touchdown, getting the victory, and now everybody in this building can file away with smiles on their faces.
And what do real estate people tell us all the time? It's location, location, location. So being at home, that can be a big deal because remember, they were down to their final chance to retake the lead. That home field advantage, I think it helped fuel all what happened for them down the stretch. A huge win.
So for Cleveland, their good start continues as they get their record up to 4-2. And now they'll get the weekend off as they get a little extra time to prepare to face the Baltimore Ravens. Meanwhile, for Philadelphia, the loss will drop them to 4-2 on the year. And they'll look to get back on the beam next week as they host the Pittsburgh Steelers.
the National Football League. And coming up, we'll see the workhorse, Jonathan Taylor. He was steady for them on the ground a week ago, reaching the century mark and adding a score. It's the Colts and the Dolphins, next on Madden Football.
It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. Today we've got a Week 6 matchup for you here between the Miami Dolphins and the Indianapolis Colts. Alongside Charles Davis and CD, you look at the Colts in this matchup, they've got to be thinking, hey, we've got a good chance to be successful here running the football.
No doubt about that, because that has to be their mindset. It should be their mindset. This is one of the better rushing offenses in the league, and they're squaring off against a team that's not at all strong on the other side of the ball. So this could be one where we see this offense try to impose their will through the trenches, and in fact, they should.
Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. Takes it at the 7. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. So already not the best of kick returns there, but that penalty, that adds insult to injury and backs him up even closer to the goal line.
Yeah, not ideal field position to begin a drive, is it? Because the extra pressure now goes on the offense. They've got to get some early yards and get away from the shadow of their own goalposts. What every offense wants to do in this situation, get 2 first downs to help out with field position at the least.
These are his numbers from last week's contest. 23 carries, 112 yards.
I think he's exactly where he wants to be coming into a game, partner, because he has to still be riding the momentum from last week when he broke the century mark in rushing and had one of his best individual efforts of the season. I would expect that there's more from him on the way after that type of a game, and I know his teammates and coaches, they feel exactly the same way.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
That was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? Second and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. On 2nd and 9, Allen. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. Throwing is Allen on 3rd. He's going to air one out. And unable to connect, incomplete. Now give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. Here's Hardy set to return. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And they will be led out by their rookie quarterback.
In his stat line last week, that's not going to get him to the Pro Bowl. All right, no touchdowns, no interceptions, but they won. And so the bottom line for him is team won, managed the game effectively, led them to victory. He's doing all the right things.
They'll run with Taylor to begin the drive. The numbers for him from a week ago: 16 carries, 123 yards, and a touchdown.
And the way they ran the ball in last week's game has to be satisfying to their entire staff, because they're seeing not just a back gain big yardage, but they're seeing an offensive line really in sync.
2nd and 5. And his throw here is going to be incomplete. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Now back to throw. This one complete to Jerry Jeudy. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. That one for Indianapolis, resulting in 15 yards and a fresh set of downs. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. 1st and 10, Taylor now. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
He's tackled at the 40-yard line. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and
2nd down, another run with Taylor. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that will be incomplete. They weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. The Colts send out their punter as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. He punted 5 times in the win last week as this one's away. And he'll get credit for putting him inside the 20 as the fair catch is made right at about the 19-yard line. They call it 38 yards on the punt, no return, and it'll be Dolphin football. On 1st down, Allen being chased out left. Looking left sideline, incomplete. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Here's Allen to throw it. That is incomplete. The threat of a 2nd straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10. Allen now looks to throw. That's caught by his big tight end, Mike Gesicki. And he is going to have the Dolphins 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds it for the 1st down.
Allen to throw once more. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. Allen. Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Tre'Davious White with a pick. And the Colts are going to take possession of the football.
Partner, I think this one went awry very simply because he overestimated his arm strength and his ability to fit it anywhere he wants to. A lot of quarterbacks do that and often pay the price.
Second drive coming up here for the Indianapolis Colts. Following the interception, they're set up nicely here, already inside the red zone, knocking on the door, if you will. 1st and 10. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. A little jet sweep to start the drive. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. On 2nd down, it's Taylor. Sharp move, but can't find much space. Dropped just inside the 20. After getting stuffed on 1st down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway because that's your strength.
Oh, he's hit. He lost the football. Put it on the carpet. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And the return will stop right around the 25.
And this is where you need the quarterback to morph into being a running back. The ball can't be away from his body. It can't be loose. It can't be held like he's going to throw it. tuck it away, take care of it, because he's going to run through a lot of traffic.
And if he doesn't take care of it, we're going to see less design runs like that. Try to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Throw left side here, complete to the tight end, Gesicki. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. Allen off the play fake. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 7 yards there and a first down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger game. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
Throwing again on second down. Allen escaping the pressure right. And he's going to go out of bounds. Gigantic loss. Kept retreating. Steps out. That goes down as a sack and a big loss of yardage. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. And he's able to get out to the 32. Brought down there. That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a 4th down.
That's certainly playing down a distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
The Dolphins will send out the punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. A punt of 46, a return of 5. And out will come the offense as they take over. Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. And they come into this one riding that nice long win streak. And remember, next weekend is an open week for them. So if they can get the win here, a lot of momentum into that time off.
It certainly is. And if you're wondering if anybody's saying, boy, this is coming at a bad time, we want to keep playing, the answer can be yes. Because when teams are on a hot streak, they want to keep going. But what the veterans are telling the young guys in the locker room, an open week is always good, guys. Take it, and let's go with it.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight-ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid gain.
Back to Taylor on 1st down. He'll take it past the 40 to the 41, 2nd down. They go to the ground again with Taylor. And some room to work. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. 50 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. And I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 35-yard line. Up the middle, here's Taylor. And able to get this to the 31. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Running straight ahead, Taylor. And he'll get this down close to a 1st down at about the Dolphins' 25. They'll try and run for the 1st with Taylor. And he's going to run into a brick wall right in the middle of the field, and I don't think he got there. Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1. No score after 1 on EA Sports. 2nd quarter now from Indianapolis with the homestanding Colts in possession. As they've got it with 4th down and 1. They'll run for it. It's Taylor. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. And that CD, one heck of a run. He just refused to go down.
And that's where determination comes in, because he had at least a couple of guys had really good shots at it, but he just said, I don't think so. Speed, power, elusiveness, all on display right there. Look like you, partner, back in your salad days in Evansville.
Now the try here for the point after. And this is good to make it 7-0 Indy. So this drive spans 7 plays.
And it was capped off by a Jonathan Taylor touchdown.
The Colts kicking team is out there now, and they will send this one away.
And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. Miami's offense set and ready to go.
They'll be looking to match that touchdown from a moment ago. 7-0 is the score as they begin with a first down. They'll start out here with a jet sweep. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
That's the danger, Charles, of running plays like this for your wide receiver. They can hit big or they can be duds.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that, because if they're forced to try and go around defenders behind the line of scrimmage, sometimes you can give yardage in order to gain it. But in this case, they gave yardage and didn't get it back.
And only a couple there up to about the 23-yard line.
This offense so far on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is third down and 12. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
I know this offense was expecting to do big things, but it certainly hasn't turned out that way, at least not through the first 3 drives. They're definitely going to put their heads together and start concocting some offense that'll move the ball downfield.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. 37 yards on the punt with no return.
And they will take over first and 10. Here comes Jonathan Taylor and his teammates.
He's in his own second quarter, already closing in on a 100-yard game.
And that's the magic number for a running back. Anytime you get to that triple digits, that's all you're looking for. But
it's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Indianapolis.
Jahan Dotson,
his third touchdown now on the year.
And the Colts are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
I'll let you do the analysis, partner, but with every touchdown pass this young quarterback throws and with the success that his team has had, I just continue to be more and more impressed.
Let's both do the analysis. Impressed. Aren't we both?
Yeah.
I mean, and why shouldn't we be? We've seen him improve throughout the year. We've seen him settle in now, and you can see the confidence of the team has grown. His confidence has grown. I think that everyone around this guy feels good about what they've seen, and it's also safe for him when he's driving home to turn on Sports Talk Radio. He's okay.
The Colts kicking team is out there now, and they will send this one away. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25.
Miami set to take over.
And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. On third down, they're going to run for it here. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Throwing now is Allen. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, there's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Allen. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. To the air. Allen. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call.
Personal foul. Roughing the passer. Defense.
A bad time for a roughing penalty, and they get the gift of a 1st and 10. So the shotgun snap to Allen. He'll get this to his tight end, Gesicki. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
From the gun, he'll hand this off, and he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. That's about as exciting of a 1-yard run as you're going to see. Finding a way to dodge that first would-be tackler. But again, just 1 yard out of it. And now they'll throw with Allen. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line. On 3rd down, they'll try and run for it on the draw. And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down.
I apologize in advance, partner, but the beefeaters on the interior of this D-line, you just know they were licking their chops on 3rd and short. And yes, they were rewarded with a tasty dish, stuffing that one short of a 1st down.
Well, we got beef eaters licking their chops and tasty dish in one fell swoop.
I did apologize in advance, didn't I?
Yeah, you did. That line's not eating tofu, I'll tell you that much for free. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. They're able to keep the drive alive, 7 yards that time, and the decision to go for it proves to be a good one. The hitch route works. It's something you see quite a bit on 3rd, 4th down in these situations, and they got it to go for him.
And what you're counting on is a couple of things. One, you want the guy catching that route to make people miss right away, almost like a punt returner. And two,
and he takes it into the end zone for the Dolphin touchdown. A great play there with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Dolphins are back within a score. They go I formation. Fullback leads the way for the touchdown. Sort of a lost art, isn't it?
It really is, but sometimes when you're able to bring it back and use it against other teams, they're not prepared for it. They haven't seen it in a while, and now you gain an advantage, and we just saw that advantage result in a touchdown.
Jason Sanders now for the extra point. And that one makes it 14-7. So that one a 13-play drive in total. And it's finished off with a 5-yard touchdown run. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. Takes it at the 7. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Colts taking the field again. Running back Jonathan Taylor at center stage.
He's been good. His guys are winning. So far, the recipe working here in the second quarter.
He doesn't like to just tote the rock. He wants to carry his team on his back, and that's what he's done throughout this game.
Yeah, he's done that. He'll be hoping to continue that trend. The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. Emmanuel Ogbah able to record his 5th sack of the season.
He was still looking through his progressions and going through his receiver options, and while he was doing that, the defense got to him quickly in the pocket.
And it was a great example of zone coverage. Well executed, well coordinated. All the receivers were covered, and he couldn't evade the rush back in the pocket.
Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. Looking to throw.
That's going to be caught by Judy.
The Colts on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. Here it's 3rd and 3.
From the gun, it's Taylor.
And he's going to be a yard short. A 2-yard pickup leads to 4th and 1.
When a good play is made on defense, oftentimes leverage is the key to everything. Defensive line not getting turned, all the other guys making sure they're in the right spot, and on that play, they were able to stop them short of a 1st down.
The Colts send out their punter as he's on here to punt it away. A well-hit ball there. 50 yards on the punt, 3 on the return.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. And as the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. Sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime if you're a good football team. You spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments, prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
And we'll find out here soon enough whether those adjustments are enough defensively.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. On play action, Allen over the middle to Beckham. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. And he will get enough for a 1st down, and that will lead us to the 2-minute warning. Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. It's caught. Beckham. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Allen. The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. To throw, it's Allen. He completes it to Wilson.
And he is going to have the Dolphins 1st down. They needed 3. He doubled that. He got 6.
Oh, he pulls. Oh, and now some space to operate. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the 1st half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
So now following the big play, they've got a 1st and goal all the way down at the 10. Now Allen. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he gets halfway home from the 10 to the 5 on a pickup of 5. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts.
as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Again, they'll throw with Allen toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Now Allen. Buying time to his left. And he's just going to throw this one out of bounds here. Nowhere to go with it. Incomplete. Sanders' kick is good, and they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10. Well, in a close game like this, obviously you want the touchdown, but certainly they will take the 3.
And they'll be okay with that, but let's throw a little credit to the defense as well. And I'm just glad this doesn't come down to a debate, right? Which side won, partner? Because the defense, hey, we didn't give up a touchdown. The offense, hey, we put 3 on the board. Either way you look at it, I think both sides gained something out of that drive.
The Colts going to take over now late in this first half. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead. But a mistake there, that could change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. Wide open receiver complete. Another timeout called for by the offense as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. They'll set up a throw. And this throw will be intercepted. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And the Dolphins are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line. Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it. Otherwise, the end result can be something you don't like.
Jalen Waddle, the speedster wide receiver, brings out this offense. He's well on his way to a 1,000-yard season, maybe on pace to just tear past that, Charles. Defensively, they need to pay a little bit more attention to him?
Yeah, I think so, because remember, throwing the football, that can shred a defense quicker than anything else, because as soon as the catch is made, he still has the ability to, yards after catch, get downfield, gain even more, score touchdowns, all of that. This is going to be a lot of fun to watch as this progresses, to see how they defend it and how he changes up his game in order to try and keep getting open.
That's complete to his tight end, Mike Gesicki. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. From the 38, Allen throwing for his running back, and he's got it complete. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Now Allen again. Caught. It's Wilson. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half on as the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. He made his first attempt, this from 45. Sanders' kick is good, and that will do it for this first half. So we hit halftime here in Indianapolis with the Colts on top. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks. A few teams starting to rise to the top as it's time to take you around the NFL here in Week 6. for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. With that, let's take a look at the next-gen stats for Miami in that first half. And they've definitely been able to exploit some holes in that opposing secondary, as they threw for close to 200 yards in those first two quarters. Meanwhile, for the Colts, we check out their numbers on the ground, as they'll try to keep the momentum going into the second half.
Okay, Coach, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. No run back here to begin the half, and we will start at the 25-yard line. So here are the Colts to take over. They're working on a 4-game winning streak, and they lead this one as well right now as they start 1st and 10. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Out left to Dotson. Yeah, this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. On the counter, it's Taylor. Yeah, he'll fight for a couple as the tackle is made at about the 32.
He's tackled at the 32-yard line. It's a gain of 2.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he is going to have a Colts first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. They'll try the left side with Taylor. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. 102 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 45-yard line. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Throwing right, and that's complete. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
Barney sold the go route really well. Thought he was going deep and curled it back inside for a nice completion.
DBs love when they pump the brakes, don't they?
Yeah, that's really a whole lot of fun. It's almost like you said, listen, if you're going to sell the go, just go. Well, let's see who's faster.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Back to throw here. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. Down inside the 10. And they are able to stop it, but he does take it all the way to the 2. A big play there on the catch and run. 30 yards.
You can feel the effort all the way up here. He tried his best to get there. Didn't quite make it, but down around the 2-3 yard line, gotta love the effort, and especially the big play that gave his offense a great opportunity.
Taylor is not going anywhere. He'll be hit and dropped for no gain at the 2-yard line. Here's Taylor again. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Jonathan Taylor with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th of the year. And the Colts take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Extra point attempt here still to come. And with that, the lead is up to 8. So that drive goes 8 plays. And it was capped off by a Jonathan Taylor touchdown. The Colts kicking team is out there now, and they will send this one away. Fielded right around the 8. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. So here are the Dolphins now. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. Here's Allen on 1st and 10. Now a short one to Gesicki. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and that'll make it second down. Allen. Wilson's got it complete. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. They'll give him 4 yards there. And 3rd and 1 now.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did. I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. And here's a handoff out of the gun. And a good push there defensively as they stop him at the 48. Gain of just 1. Throwing is Allen on 3rd. And it's caught over the middle. Wilson. And he is going to have the Dolphins 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
This well-designed play gave himself plenty of options and able to get the hook up and keep the drive going.
First down, and they're going to throw with Allen. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line. One back in the backfield. He'll get the carry. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. Allen from the gun on 3rd down. It's caught by OBJ. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another 1st down at the Colts 21. Great way to convert on 3rd down there. 21 yards the play. Had to put that ball in there with a little extra zip, and he put it right where it needed to be.
Yeah, and that little extra pace that he had on the pass, that required a little extra concentration for him, didn't it? Ball can get on you pretty quick in that manner, and he handled it well and picked up the 1st down.
Inside 4 minutes to go, 3rd quarter. On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Here's Allen to throw it. Flushed out right. And bringing it in right side here, Beckham. And the Dolphins are going to have a 1st and goal as he'll be taken down at the 7-yard line. Here's Allen. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete. They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. Only a yard there, and that'll bring us to 3rd and goal. Allen going to throw. Flush to his right. And he'll just throw this one over in the way of the security crew. Incomplete here. The kick by Sanders is good. And that'll get the lead down to 5. He's got 9 points on field goals now. He's made 3 of them. That gets him a bit closer, but there's no question they need to start turning some of these threes into 6s.
And for him, it's not his concern, right? He just goes out there when they call on him and goes ahead and puts points up on the board. But the offense has got to get together and figure out what's stalling their drives, so they have to keep calling on him.
Now Jonathan Taylor and the Colts offense retakes center stage. He's already hit pay dirt twice. He's up over 100 yards. He is feeling good.
And he's just zipping along today. Everything coming together for him. It's that type of a day that you see a back just kind of have a grin on his face every time his number is called, because he doesn't feel like there are going to be any lost yardage plays, nothing but big-time positive runs.
Making the sideline grin as well. Complete, it's Dotson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 83 yards receiving now for him on the afternoon as he's got a first down here.
They sure put the coverage guys in a stress on that one. They thought they were going deep. Ends up curling inside for a nice chunk of yardage.
Back to throw now on first down. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line. They brought the house that time on the young rookie, maybe a little rattled through the pick.
And you have to be prepared for a lot of pressure as a rookie quarterback, because most defensive coordinators are going to test you that way. So when you see that, the ball's got to get out of your hands quickly, and that means your receivers have to understand they have to break off their routes quickly as well.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now a handoff running through the middle. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. Tap forward by Allen on the jet sweep. And he works his way free all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone. 17 yards for the Dolphins there as they've got themselves a first down. But just a simple tap pass, but it pays off in a big way.
And sometimes the simple stuff causes the most problems for a defense, because there's a breakdown in communication there. When that receiver goes behind the line of scrimmage and it looks like he's going in motion, someone either has to go with him or he has to be passed off to another defender. Somehow they didn't get that communicated well, and it turned into a nice play.
Sharp move, but can't find much space. Dropped just inside the 20. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. 52 yards rushing for him now as he's done it on 19 carries.
Well, I know this this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. And I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown. And that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. Quick hitter here, it's complete. Touchdown, Dolphins. Cedric Wilson from 8 yards out. And the Dolphins have taken a fourth quarter lead. A late turnover is so often the difference in a ball game, and here the turnover leads to the go-ahead touchdown.
So repeat after me, partner. You have to take care of the football. In order to protect a lead, you must take care of the football. Ball security. How many times do they have to say it? They've been preaching it since day one of camp. and it came back to bite him right there.
And he's got it. So the two-point conversion is good, and they add on to their fourth quarter lead. So they make the decision. They want a 3-point lead versus a 2-point lead, and they got it.
Yeah, at this stage of the game, it seems like the exact right thing to do. Put a little pressure on your defense, but the biggest thing now is you're making the other team chase you.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. From the 10. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. We certainly have a good one on our hands. They're trailing after that last touchdown, but now a chance for this offense to try to snag that lead right back here in the fourth quarter. A carry by Taylor to start the drive. Oh, an absolutely filthy juke. He's got some space now. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. This drive starting off on the right foot. 18 yards.
It's crunch time. They need to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
From up near the 40 now after the big play to start. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll drop to throw. That's caught left side by Judy. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. On the handoff, this is Taylor. He's got it to the 43 here. Second down, another run with Taylor. And a good push up front, and he's able to navigate his way down inside the 30. A 14-yard gain for Indianapolis and also move the sticks.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Going to be caught downfield by Dotson. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
Well, this is a defense that's definitely on their heels now because they gave up the running play for good yardage one play ago. Now the pass here sets this offense up 1st and goal. They're going to have to dig in strong now because they've been in retreat so far in this drive. This offense on the march.
Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown. And that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. They'll run here with Taylor. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. And a good display of footwork will only get him just inside the 5 to the 4. They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down.
Great defense there on 3rd and goal. They took away everything. Forced him to fire that one to the sideline where no one could get it.
So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. And his kick is good. And in the fourth quarter, this this game is tied. I tell you, the life of a kicker. He has not been called on the entire game. He's over there by the net, but they send him out here in the fourth quarter and say, hey, go tie the game, will you? And guess what? He comes through.
I just don't know how they do it. I really don't. These cats are a different breed from you and me. That's a pressure kick, but that one was never in doubt.
Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. And we essentially have a brand new ball game. After that last field goal has tied us all up, we brace for what should be an exciting rest of this fourth quarter. They'll start this drive out on the ground. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 79 yards for him on the ground now on that, his 20th carry of the ball game. Even from up here in the booth, the play-by-play guy could tell that there was some pretty good blocking on the right side of the line.
Well, you have good eyes, and it's almost like a ballet when it's executed that well. Everyone in the right spot, everyone in sync, everyone hitting the perfect notes. A little more percussion and a lot more bass, I would think, than you get your normal ballet. But at the same time, that was well executed.
Right back to him on first down. Brought down, but after we saw a flashy little move, stopped short of the 40. Hands it off out of the gun. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. And everybody thinking about the possible field goal on fourth. It would be 58 yards from here. Allen going to try and throw on third down. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he appears to be about 2 feet short on 3rd and 3. Leaves him with a 4th and 1.
If this were baseball, we call this small ball. Instead of pushing it downfield, they throw a short pass trying to pick up the first down, but the defense rallies to the football and stops him short, bringing up a 4th down.
The Dolphins will send out the punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. No returning this one. It sails out of bounds, and they'll spot it right at the 20. For the Colts now, they're ready to get the football back. Excellent job by their defense to force the punt and provide them with this opportunity, all tied in the 4th quarter. They'll come out throwing here on first down. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete. Again from the 20 after the incompletion. Here's 2nd and 10. On the handoff, Taylor. And he's got room. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. All told, it's an even 30 and a first down. Thought they were going to have him down a lot earlier, but he was able to shed that tackle.
Shows the value of the weight room, doesn't it? Shows the value of the attitude when you run the football. Don't go down easily. Break a few tackles, gain some additional yardage.
So the line of scrimmage all the way up to midfield now as they've got it 1st and 10. Again, it's Taylor. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. Now a handoff. Taylor with it. No, a nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle.
And a pretty good burst right there as he'll take this down to the 33. Give the Colts 13 yards and a first down. It's been an excellent day for him running the football, no doubt, as he continues to soar well past 100 yards.
Yeah, it almost feels like he can just grab his briefcase and head home after putting in a full day's work at the office, doesn't it?
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They'll run the toss here with Taylor. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30. He was brought down by Nick Needham. Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a score to break this tie. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. 7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. Now a give to Taylor. That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This for the lead in the final stages. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And they have taken the lead here in the final 2 minutes. Big kick right there to give them the lead in the 4th, but there is still time left for a final drive.
Did they score too soon? Post-game will tell us, right? Depending on what happens on this drive, that's how we'll analyze it. If the other team scores, they scored too soon. If they somehow hold on, they manage the clock exactly right.
Josh Allen in the offense now. Down 27-24, less than 90 seconds to go. How will this thing pan out? We'll watch as they come up on 1st down. Allen. Incomplete.
Work with me, partner. Take a deep breath, because that's what they're doing down the field now. That incompletion allowed them to exhale a little bit. Get in the huddle, kind of scan the crowd, see if any celebrities are here. Relax a little bit as they start this big drive.
The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. On a bad time late for a poor throw. It's intercepted. Picked by Chad Muma. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Colts TD. And so much for the game-winning 2-minute drive. I think that interception return there pretty much seals the deal.
And one thing to keep in mind, in this situation with the score that close, defense isn't backing off and just giving you easy throws. They're playing aggressively as well, and they end up picking that one off and sealing the deal for themselves.
The call is to go for 1 and kick the extra point. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. Some might have returned that one. He won't. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start the drive from the 25. The Dolphins ready to take over on offense. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score quickly.
Yep, 2-score game.
Onside kick and get the ball back, and then score again. But they can't worry about the last 2 points. The only thing that matters is scoring quickly, then they'll take it from there.
He's got it complete to Waddle. 7 yards there and a 1st down. Clock rolling here, about to hit 30 seconds. That's caught by Wilson, and he's out of bounds, so give him about 9 as that stops the clock. Throwing is Allen. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. That's now 4 completions in a row. A good bounce back following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen. So the big trick, don't let it affect you going forward. Most of the good quarterbacks, they just tell the ball boy, get that one out of the rotation, give me a fresh ball, and let's go. He's got his offense moving again.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Here's Allen. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. One final shot. They'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game. What a performance. All those points put on the board. And, Charles, it wasn't just by the offense. The defense put some points on the board as well. They were solid today.
Yeah, it was a complete effort to secure the win, and both sides of the ball made big plays. But how demoralizing is it when the opposing defense can take one all the way back against you? And that was the case here. That really sparked them to victory.
So for Indianapolis, their strong start to the year continues as they're up to 5-1. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for Miami, the loss will drop them to 4-2 on the year. And they'll try and turn things around next week as they have a date at MetLife Stadium with the New York Jets.